Hey fellow humans, it's Patrick. Help me out with something here. So, I just came back from the Harold Pinter Theatre in London, where I saw a performance of my favourite play, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? And it was a fantastic performance. It was absolutely wonderful. Imelda Staunton in the role of Martha, and another guy whose name I can't remember in the role of George, who was also very good, although not quite as good as my favourite male performance of all time, which is Richard Burton in that role in the film Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf by Mike Nichols. Anyway, this is a great play, absolutely harrowing, brutal portrayal of a spiteful, angry, middle-aged couple who end up in a weird, psychologically torturous marital dispute, having invited a younger couple over to their flat or apartment for an after party. Anyway, I saw this play, and usually I am absolutely mesmerized by every word. However, in this case, I was distracted because right next to me was sitting the girl of my dreams. Now, I cannot fully describe how perfect this person looked. It was as if someone had scanned my deepest inner thoughts of what the ideal of aesthetic perfection was like to me personally, and then did an artist rendition of that person and somehow improved upon it, and that person was sitting right next to me. Now, this girl was accompanied by someone who I thought must have been her boyfriend, which of course put some incredible limitations on the situation. And I thought it was the boyfriend because, you know, he had his hand in her lap and was trying to be affectionate throughout the play. But at some point, there was some weird body language going on. He seemed more desperate than she was to have that contact. And in fact, she seemed to not really reciprocate it. So I thought, okay, maybe this is just someone who's on the third or fourth date or something. Because clearly there had been some intimacy, because you don't wash a whole play with your hand on on a girl's lap unless you're a douche. And he didn't look like a douche. He looked like he felt his hand belonged there. So it wasn't like he was trying to be gross or anything. So I assumed this is the boyfriend. So of course I didn't even talk to her. I had a few glances, but that was it. I kept it proper. However, she was giving some weird signals, or actually, no, stop. I can't say whether she was giving the signals or not. I interpreted her body language as clear signals, which really threw me, because I was like, this is a very bizarre situation. Am I misreading this entirely? So the whole time she wasn't really reciprocating his affections, and she was turning towards me constantly and doing that thing where she was brushing her hair on my side behind her ear to sort of reveal her neck, sort of thing, and then leaning in towards me slightly, almost sort of brushing her arm against mine, sort of thing. And I was a bit, not freaked out, that's not the right word, but I was frazzled by this, because I didn't know what to do, because, I talked about it with my friends later, and they said, well, you can't do anything because that would be disrespecting him. And I'm thinking, no, well, fuck him. That would be disrespecting her. Like, if you see someone who you might be interested in, but with another person who is seemingly a romantic interest, that would be tremendously disrespectful towards a woman to sort of hit on her, despite the fact that she's in company that she's chosen to be in, of that sort. Anyway, I didn't know what to do, though, because her signals seemed to me, from my point of view, so clear. So at one point I thought, okay, I'm going to have to try and slip her my business card somehow. But I didn't know how to do that either, because I didn't think it was a very gentlemanly to give her my numbers, despite her being with another man, or to put it on her chair where there was some space. So what I did is I decided, you know what, I'm going to drop it near her bag and hope that she picks it up. But she didn't pick it up. And so I left feeling really annoyed, because I do genuinely feel like this girl, which is absolutely one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen in real life, wanted is the wrong word, was interested in some form of continuation of our very brief and not intense contact. But I don't know what I should have done. Is what I did the very best I could have done there? Or should I have tried to slip her my business cards in another way that would have been a bit more forceful and possibly inappropriate? What do you guys think? Help me out.